Welcome back, everyone. Today's deep dive takes us back to the mid-19th century to explore the expansion of the U.S. Capitol building.
Yeah.
We'll be using Freedom's Cap by Guy Gugliotta
Great book.
as our guide,
I love that book.
and we'll discover how this project,
Right.
it wasn't just about bricks and mortar.
Oh, definitely not.
It was a reflection of the nation's growth, its political battles,
Yeah.
and some pretty fascinating personalities,
You got it.
all intertwined.
Yeah. You could say that the Capitol's expansion,
Right.
it was like a microcosm
Okay.
of the nation itself,
Interesting.
mirroring all the complexities and contradictions of the time.
Okay.
So imagine this. The year is 1850.
Okay.
The Capitol building.
Yeah.
Like a teenager
Oh,
trying to squeeze into their childhood clothes.
wow.
Completely bursting at the seams.
So we've got a crowded,
Yeah.
outdated building.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Paint a picture for me.
Sure.
What were some of the specific challenges? Well, the Capitol faced, even before the expansion.
From the very beginning,
Yeah.
the Capitol faced this constant push and pull
Oh, really?
between grand visions and practical realities.
Okay.
Think political disputes,
Uh-huh.
regional tensions, and
Yeah.
that ever-present issue
I know, right?
of funding.
Always the issue with big projects like that.
It's almost as if the project was destined for drama from the start.
So kind of like a
Sure.
never-ending episode of a political drama
Yeah.
set against the backdrop of a construction site.
Precisely. And with each new architect who
Okay.
took the reins,
Uh-huh.
Latrobe, Bulfinch, Mills,
All big names.
they each face their own battles with Congress.
Oh, I bet.
Imagine being Robert Mills.
Yeah. The Washington Monument guy?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
And having to design toilet seats
No way.
for the Capitol.
Toilet seats.
Talk about a career low point.
Really makes you wonder if those toilet seats are still around somewhere.
Probably not.
Just a little piece of architectural history.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
why was expansion suddenly so urgent?
Things were getting pretty crowded
Yeah.
in the mid-1850s.
Makes sense.
The nation itself
Yeah.
was rapidly expanding.
Right.
More states.
Yeah.
Joining the Union
Mm.
meant more lawmakers.
Oh, I see.
And the Capitol was simply
Yeah.
running out of space.
Okay.
Imagine trying to conduct business
I can't even imagine.
in a building that's constantly overcrowded,
Oh, my God.
where you can't even hear what's being said
Oh, no.
in the House chamber
Really?
due to awful acoustics.
That's got to be tough.
Awful acoustics?
I've been in some noisy meeting rooms. I can only imagine
Yeah.
the chaos in the House back then.
Yeah, it was.
It's
Oh, yeah.
how did they even begin to
Yeah.
tackle?
It's interesting, actually. This is where
Okay.
a somewhat unexpected figure
Sure.
takes center stage.
Okay. Jefferson Davis,
Really?
before his
Yeah.
infamous role in
Yeah.
the Confederacy.
Mm-hmm.
He was a senator
Okay.
with a deep passion for architecture
Wow.
and a grand vision for the Capitol.
It's fascinating to think of him
Right?
in this light.
Yeah.
He wasn't just a politician.
Oh, no.
He was an architect at heart.
He certainly had the mindset.
Wow.
His military background
Mm-hmm.
gave him a solid understanding
Okay.
of engineering and construction.
Makes sense.
And he was known
Yeah.
for his meticulous
Okay.
attention to detail.
So he really thought this through.
He truly believed that the Capitol should represent
Uh-huh.
the nation's aspirations
Wow.
and its growing power
Okay.
on the world stage.
So he saw this as more than just adding some extra room.
It was about creating a symbol.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah.
to get this project rolling,
Mhm.
they held a design competition
Interesting.
in 1850.
Think of it as Project Runway
Oh, wow.
for architects.
That's a great way to put it.
They had submissions
Right.
from all over the country,
I bet.
each vying for the chance
Wow.
to shape the future of the Capitol.
So that's where
That's
our
odd.
protagonist,
Exactly.
Thomas U. Walker,
Mm-hmm.
enters the scene.
Enters the scene.
And I'm guessing it wasn't as simple as
Not at all.
presenting the best design
Nope.
and winning the contract.
No.
Right.
There were political rivalries
Oh, I bet.
at play
Okay.
and personal preferences factored in
Of course.
as well.
Right.
Jefferson Davis, for instance,
Yeah.
favored a design
Uh-huh.
by Robert Mills.
Robert Mills again.
Remember him?
Yeah, the toilet seat designer.
The toilet seat designer.
Right.
But Davis wasn't a fan
Oh, really?
of Mills himself,
Okay.
finding him a bit abrasive.
So it's amazing how personal dynamics
It's true.
can influence even monumental projects like this. So how did Walter manage to snag the commission?
It seems Walter understood the art of political maneuvering.
Right.
He made sure to cultivate a good relationship with President Fillmore, who ultimately held the final say.
So he went straight to the top.
He did indeed.
Right.
Walter presented himself as a more agreeable and perhaps less, shall we say, outspoken personality compared to Mills.
Interesting. So a combination of talent and strategy
definitely
secured him the job.
But
winning the competition was just the first hurdle.
Right.
Actually building the Capitol was a whole other challenge.
Imagine the logistical nightmares.
Oh my gosh.
Of trying to source materials.
Right.
Manage a workforce.
Yeah.
Keep everything on track while navigating political battles.
It's a lot.
It was a Herculean effort for someone as skilled as Walter.
And speaking of materials, I understand they had some issues with the very stone they used for the building.
Yes. Yeah. The infamous...
What was it called?
Aquia Creek sandstone.
Aquia Creek sandstone.
It's a beautiful stone.
Okay.
But incredibly porous.
Ooh.
So they were constantly battling water damage.
Yeah.
And endless repainting.
That must have been so frustrating.
Oh, it was.
Okay.
It became quite the headache.
So they had material woes.
They did.
But I know there was another major setback.
Oh, absolutely.
During this phase of the project. A fire.
A fire.
Right.
Ravaged the Library of Congress.
Oh, no.
In 1851.
Wow.
Destroying a significant portion of their collection.
Oh, my gosh. That's terrible.
It was a devastating blow, not just to the project itself, but to the nation's intellectual heritage.
And yet, despite the fire, the material issues, and the ever-present political drama, they pressed on.
They did.
So what was it like for the workers?
It was tough.
Yeah.
Who toiled on this massive project. Finding skilled labor was a constant challenge. And they often relied on transient workers. The use of slave labor was also a stark reality, reflecting the complex social dynamics of the time.
Right.
And remember, this was long before modern construction equipment. It was backbreaking, dangerous work.
And all this while being caught in the crossfire of political battles. It sounds like the construction itself became a political football.
The fight for control over the project, what they called military rule,
the military rule,
became a major source of tension.
Wow, hold on.
Jefferson Davis, as Secretary of War, had placed an Army engineer,
Captain Montgomery C. Meigs, in charge of the construction.
Military rule.
Definitely ruffled some feathers in Congress.
I can imagine.
Representative Richard Stanton, who initially supported the expansion, became a vocal critic of Davis and Meigs, arguing that the Capitol shouldn't be run like a military operation.
That makes sense.
I can understand his concern.
Yeah.
Imagine having a general telling you how to design your house.
No, thank you.
So it was Davis and Meigs versus Congress.
You could say that.
It was a clash of ideologies, with Stanton advocating for civilian control over the project.
Got it.
The investigations into construction practices, with whispers of kickbacks and corruption, only added fuel to the fire.
So while the Capitol was slowly taking shape, a power struggle was raging behind the scenes.
That's right. And this power struggle extended even to the design elements themselves.
It sure did.
Remember Walter's vision?
Oh, yes.
For those majestic, monolithic columns?
Oh, yeah. Those are beautiful.
For the new wings?
Yeah.
Those stunning columns. They really define the look of the Capitol.
Absolutely.
What was the problem there?
Yeah. Well, sourcing enough. High-quality marble for those columns proved to be a logistical and financial nightmare.
I bet.
It wasn't just finding the marble. It was transporting and shaping those massive blocks.
Oh, wow.
And let's not forget about Meigs' personality.
Oh, Meigs.
Which, shall we say, added another layer of complexity
I can imagine.
To the project.
Right.
From what I've read, Meigs was a bit of a character.
I've heard stories.
Didn't he have a thing for snakes?
Wait, really?
He did. Meigs kept live snakes.
No way.
In his office.
Live snakes in his office.
Believing their movements
Wow.
to be calming.
I don't know about that one.
Whether this was a testament to his dedication to the project or a sign of something else entirely, I'll leave for you to decide.
Wow.
But it sounds like Meigs wasn't the only strong personality.
Right, on the project.
Don't know.
Right.
Didn't he and Walter butt heads as well?
I've heard that.
Oh, they most certainly did.
Right.
It was a clash of styles.
Okay.
The meticulous engineer versus the artistic architect.
Wow.
And as the project progressed, their rivalry only intensified.
Oh, boy.
It was a classic case of two strong-willed individuals, both used to being in charge.
Right.
Meigs was all about functionality and efficiency, while Walter prioritized aesthetics and artistic vision. You know, those are bound to clash.
You can practically hear the arguments.
Oh, yeah.
Echoing through the halls of the Capitol.
So how did this rivalry
How did it
affect the actual project?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Well, it caused friction and delays, particularly when it came to the dome's construction.
The dome.
Meigs, driven by his need for control, started sidelining Walter.
Oh, wow.
And took charge of key design elements.
Wow. Talk about adding fuel to the fire.
Oh, yeah.
How did Walter react to this power grab?
He wasn't one to back down easily.
Good for him.
Walter managed to get Meigs dismissed.
Oh, wow, he did.
With some help from the new Secretary of War, John B. Floyd.
Okay, so Meigs is out.
Yeah.
Walter's back in control.
Back in the driver's seat.
Did that finally...
Unfortunately, no. The timing couldn't have been worse.
Oh, boy. Remember...
This is the mid-1850s.
Right.
And the nation is on the brink of the Civil War.
Wow. So the tension in Washington must have been palpable.
You could cut it with a knife.
How did the looming war...
It had a profound impact.
Okay.
It really did.
In what way?
Construction was halted.
Oh, wow.
And the capital was transformed into a military hub.
Wow, that's incredible.
Imagine this.
Okay.
Soldiers occupying the halls of Congress.
Wow.
Holding mock debates.
Seriously.
Even damaging furniture.
Oh, no.
It was a time of chaos.
Oh, gosh.
And uncertainty.
That's an incredible image.
It is.
The very symbol of American democracy occupied by troops.
What about Walter himself?
Right. What about Walter?
How did he navigate these turbulent times?
It must have been so difficult.
Well, he initially had Southern sympathies, given his background. But ultimately, he chose to remain in Washington, even as many others fled the city.
Wow, that's a tough choice.
It was a difficult decision.
Yeah.
But it speaks volumes about his commitment.
To the project.
To the Capitol project.
Okay, so the project was in limbo?
Yeah.
The nation was dividing.
Right.
The future was uncertain.
Very uncertain.
What happened to the dome?
Work on the dome was officially suspended.
Oh, wow.
Charles Fowler, the iron manufacturer for the dome, made a risky decision.
Oh, really? What was that?
He continued construction.
Really?
Despite the war.
Wow. That's a bold move.
It was.
He was essentially betting on the nation's survival.
It was a gamble.
Wow.
But it paid off.
That's great.
Fowler's persistence ensured the dome's completion.
So they finished it.
Even as the nation was tearing itself apart.
Wow, that's powerful.
It's a powerful testament to the belief in something larger than oneself, even in the face of unimaginable adversity.
So the war ends?
Yes.
The Union is preserved.
It is.
And the Capitol, with its completed dome,
and that beautiful dome,
stands as a symbol of unity and resilience.
It's more than just a building.
Right.
It becomes a powerful symbol of national identity.
I see.
The completion of the Capitol, especially the installation of the Statue of Freedom atop the dome.
Right.
Marked a turning point.
Okay.
For the nation.
For the nation, yes.
It represented a new era.
Okay.
A chance to rebuild and move forward.
I'm trying to imagine what it must have been like.
They must have been amazing.
To see that Statue of Freedom being hoisted into place.
Right.
A symbol of hope.
Yeah.
After so much turmoil.
It must have been a truly awe-inspiring sight.
Yeah.
But even with the war over, the drama wasn't entirely finished. Right. Remember Jefferson Davis's disdain for liberty caps.
He really had a thing.
He did.
About those, didn't he?
Even in his absence.
Yeah.
Davis's dislike for the liberty cap caused a stir.
Oh, wow.
There were efforts to have it removed from the Statue of Freedom.
Wow.
Some arguing it was inappropriate for a nation that had always been free.
Wow.
It just goes to show
that's incredible
that even seemingly small details can become battlegrounds for ideology.
It's a good reminder that these symbols carry a lot of weight.
Speaking of details, let's talk about the Capitol's interior.
Okay, the inside.
Was it all bare walls?
I don't know.
And marble.
This doesn't sound very interesting.
Not at all.
Okay.
This is where artists like Constantino Brumidi came in.
Got it.
He was an Italian painter who created the stunning frescoes that adorn the Capitol's interior.
They're beautiful.
To this day.
Wow.
His work, full of symbolism and allegory, adds a richness and depth to the building.
I see.
That goes far beyond just its physical structure.
It's like walking through a history book come to life.
I'm struck by the contrast between Brumidi's artistry and Meigs's initial skepticism towards American artists.
That's right.
He preferred European artisans, believing they were more skilled.
So Brumidi proved him wrong.
He did.
Right.
His frescoes are a testament to the talent and creativity that existed right here in America.
Right here in America.
And in a way, it reflects a larger theme we've been discussing. The struggle for America to define its own identity, both politically and artistically.
It makes you wonder.
It does.
With all the clashes and setbacks. They endured what became of Meigs and Walter after the war.
Their relationship remains strained.
Oh, really?
Even after Meigs was reinstated to his position overseeing the Washington Aqueduct after the war.
So he's got his old job back.
He did.
Right.
Their fates were almost Shakespearean.
Oh, wow.
In their contrasts. Meigs achieved military success during the war. While Walter returned to overseeing the Capitol's completion.
Wow, it's almost tragic.
It is a little bit.
These two men.
I know.
So instrumental. In shaping the Capitol. Yet forever linked by their rivalry.
Their story really highlights the complexities of human ambition, ego, and the pursuit of legacy. And it raises some interesting questions.
Like what?
About the nature of collaboration and how different things might have been.
If they had been able to work together more effectively.
But then again, maybe those clashes and competing visions were ultimately what made the Capitol such a unique and iconic.
Absolutely. That's a fascinating thought.
It is.
Perhaps their rivalry, in a strange way, contributed to the Capitol's grandeur.
Right. It's amazing. Yeah, it really makes you wonder what they would think.
Oh, yeah.
If they could see the Capitol today.
I know.
You know, this building that was both a source of collaboration and conflict for them.
Their story reminds us that even grand projects like the Capitol are ultimately human endeavors. Shaped by personalities, ambitions, and even personal grudges.
It's those human elements that make this history so fascinating.
Totally.
But let's zoom out a bit. How did the Capitol, beyond just its physical structure,
become such a powerful symbol?
That's the core question, isn't it?
I guess so.
The Capitol, especially after this expansion became more than bricks and mortar, it embodied national identity. A tangible representation of the ideals and aspirations of the American people.
It's almost like the nation was literally building itself a home.
A very apt metaphor. And remember, this was all happening during a time of immense upheaval and division. The very act of expanding the Capitol, of continuing construction amidst such turmoil, served as a powerful reminder of the enduring strength of the Union.
Wow, that's incredible.
The nation was rebuilding itself. Brick by brick, even as it was fighting for its survival.
Wow, and the Capitol.
And the Capitol.
With its soaring dome. and intricate details.
All the details.
Became a beacon of hope.
Yeah.
A symbol of the nation's resilience.
Exactly.
And its determination to overcome adversity.
It's a legacy that continues to resonate today.
It does.
Every time we see those iconic images of the Capitol, we're reminded of the struggles and triumphs that shaped the nation.
Right. It's a story that transcends national borders.
I think so.
A testament to the power of democracy.
Absolutely.
And the human spirit.
The Capitol isn't just a building.
It's not.
It's a living monument to the ideals that America strives for, even when those ideals are challenged.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the key takeaway you hope listeners will ponder?
That's a great question.
What does the story of the Capitol's expansion tell us about ourselves, both then and now?
For me, it's a reminder that the choices we make, the buildings we construct, are not just about functionality or aesthetics. They reflect our values, our aspirations, our vision of ourselves as a nation. It's just like the Capitol's expansion mirrored the turmoil and growth of the 1850s. The choices we make today about our public spaces, our monuments reflect who we are and what we want to become.
Wow. That's a great point.
It's a reminder that history isn't just about the past. It's about understanding who we are today and where we're headed as a nation.
And who knows? Maybe we'll be having another deep dive 100 years from now about the choices we're making today.
Now, that's a thought-provoking idea.
It is.
But for anyone who wants to delve deeper into the fascinating story of the Capitol's expansion, I highly recommend Guy Gugliotta's Freedom's Cap.
This is a great book.
It's a treasure trove of insights and anecdotes that bring this pivotal period in American history to life.
It's a reminder that history isn't just dates and names. It's about the human stories, the dramas, the personalities that shape the world around us.
Absolutely.
And on that note, we'll leave you to ponder the legacy of the Capitol and its enduring significance.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everyone.
On this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
It has.
Exploring this incredible story with you.
Until next time.
See you next time.